Have a wonderful day. My part is to report the behaviorism theory in mathematics education. So, presenting to you the key principles of behaviorism. Behaviorism is a learning theory that focuses on observable behavior rather than mental processes. So, basically, this theory really emphasizes how the learners behave in a particular classroom setting as well as the facilitator of learning will do assess. It also emphasizes that learning occurs through interactions with the environment and behaviors can be shaped by reinforcement and punishment. So teachers here are really considered as a driving force for the development of the student. Also by setting classroom rules as a guide.
The key principles of behaviorism. First is we have the stimulus response learning. Learning is a result of responding to external stimuli. For example, if a student receives praise for solving math problem correctly, they are more likely to repeat the behavior. And the second one is we have reinforcement and punishment. Positive reinforcement rewards, phrases, strengthen desired behavior, while punishment, correction laws of privileges, discourage undesired ones.
Number three is repetition and practice. So, in repetition and practice is when a person repeatedly does something, they get used to it and learn from it. So, for example, in memorizing multiplication tables, diba in solving division kay ma-apply man dito ang multiplication. So, the more sigig balik-balik, mas dali nila ma-solve ang problem through repetition kung unsa gid ang iyang process. The last one is conditioning. In conditioning, this happens when behavior is shaped by rewards or punishment. So, for example, is a student gets a sticker every time they finish the task. Over time, they feel motivated and always do it. So, this is a positive approach and a form of operant conditioning. So, that's all for my report and thank you.
So next is the theories associated with behaviorism. So according to John B. Watson, he believed that all behaviors are learned from our surroundings, meaning we are shaped by what we experience rather than any inborn traits. Next is B.F. Skinner. He introduced the idea that rewards and punishments influence our behavior. For example, if something good happens after an action, we're more likely to repeat it. And if something bad happens, we're less likely to do it again. And next is Ivan Pavlov. He discovered that we can learn behaviors through associations. For example, like how his famous experiment showed dogs could be trained to salivate at the sound of a bell if it was linked to food. Together, these theorists help shape our understanding of how people learn and behave. And that's all for my part. Thank you.
And now here presenting you the application of behaviorism to the teaching of mathematics. So in a math classroom, behaviorism is applied through structured instruction. So here it is really important that when you presented a classroom instruction or a differentiated instruction, it should be structured and concrete so that the attention and focus of the students as well as assessing their behavior in a classroom will really invisible to the learning process, especially to the teacher to assess the development of the student. Also, the reinforcement will do and the repetitive practice. And another way or strategy also that I think it is really effective to teachers. So teachers will use clear objectives and also reward. Yes, reward system to encourage correct problem solving behaviors.
I'm going to discuss about some applications included in applying behaviorism to teaching mathematics. So, number one is direct instruction. So, the teacher provides clear explanations, models the solution process, and give immediate feedback. So, direct instructions in teaching mathematics kinahanglan klaro ug structured ang pagtudlo. So, imagine na nga naay bata nga nagkaton pa og multiplication. So, ang behaviorism nag-ingon nga para makaton siya, so kinahanglan klaro ang pagtudlo ug hatagan siya og feedback kada attempt niya. So number two is drill and practice. So repeated exercises help student master basic skills like addition, subtraction, multiplications, and division. So through drill and practice, no, makatabang ni siya sa mga estudyante nga mahasa og maayo. For instance, pwede ka maghatag og worksheet nga naay multiplication problems like ang magtutudlo maghatag og flashcards sa multiplication tables o ipabalik-balik sa mga estudyante hangtod nga masabtan nila. So through repetition, no, mas madali ug ma-improve ang speed and accuracy sa ilahang skills.
So another applying behaviorism to teaching mathematics is immediate feedback, which is corrective feedback helps students learn from their mistakes and reinforces correct method. It ensures that errors do not become habits and encourages continuous improvement. So the last one is the behavioral incentives, which is the rewards such as stickers, praise, or points motivates the students to engage with the content. Positive reinforcement strengthens correct problem-solving habits, while consistent encouragement helps maintain focus and effort. So by associating success with rewards, students are more likely to stay engaged and develop confidence in their mathematical abilities.
Good day, everyone. For today, I am going to discuss the strategies and activities for intermediate grade math. First, timed multiplication drills. Students practice multiplication facts within a time limit, receiving rewards for improvement. For example, a teacher sets a timer for 2 minutes and asks the students to complete as many multiplication problems as they can within the time. This helps students build confidence in their multiplication skills while racing against the clock. Second, token economy system. Students earn points or tokens for completing math problems correctly, which they can exchange for small rewards. The system encourages students to engage actively with their task and rewards them for consistent effort. Third, error correction with immediate feedback. If a student answers a question correctly, the teacher immediately explains the mistake and demonstrates the correct method. This immediate correction helps the students understand the mistake and prevents them from continuing with the wrong method, reinforcing their learning of the correct multiplication strategy. Now, let me give you to the other reporter for more strategies and activities for intermediate grade math. Thank you.
So, the fourth strategy in intermediate grade is the gamified learning. So the gamified learning is a teaching approach that applies game design elements to learning. The goal is to engage people in a way that makes learning not just effective but also fun. It is considered a perfect blend of education and entertainment. Sometimes it is called edutainment. The last strategy is step-by-step guided practice. So, to effectively teach a math concept using step-by-step guided practice, start with a clear explanation followed by demonstrate the process, and the next one would be then guide students through similar problems, and then lastly gradually increasing their independence. So in conclusion, behaviorism remains a valuable approach in math education, especially for foundational skills. Reinforcing correct behaviors, providing immediate feedback, and using structured repetition help students build confidence and proficiency in mathematics.